Well. Welcome to yet another exciting edition of the Beatcast. I hope my mic's working. I think it is. Yes, it is. Listen, real quick, we want to give a huge shout out. We just started our Patreon. We are legitimately humbled and super excited about it. We can do a lot of cool things with that. And immediately, we just started it literally just a couple hours ago. And we want to give a shout out to a few of our very first Patreons. Our official number one first Patreon is King Duppy. Shout out to King Duppy. We got Beatsmith Medor. I believe that's how you say that. Was our second Patreon. Messy Goodness is in there. Tigri is in there. And I haven't checked, so there may be some more in. And while you're watching, if you want, we could drop the link in the chat in a little bit here, but you're welcome to go over there. We have 3 tiers available. There's the supporter tier at $5, and you get some cool stuff with that, including an exclusive sticker that will ship out to you. At the $20, the Beat Hawk level, you get all kinds of crap, including sample packs, which we just put up our sample pack tonight. And so you can check that out. Our sample pack is right here. 1 a.m., the Beatcast sample pack, volume 1. 180 sounds available at that tier. And additionally, we have the producer level. And there's only 4 slots available for that. It's at $100, but you get a lot of crazier stuff like a coffee table book, the cassette tape, all kinds of craziness. So including everything else. So check that out at your leisure. With that out of the way, we are brought to you by the wonderful people at Mixwell. The turntable brand, lifestyle brand going strong since 1997. We love those cats. As always, we'll do a giveaway with them as well. And then additionally, this time around, we are brought to you by HelloFresh. And so big shout out to HelloFresh. But before I get into the HelloFresh stuff, I would like to introduce you to the Beatcast. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Beatcast. RTC Shogun. Oh, our names are not there. Yeah. Hell yeah. I could fix that. Show display names. And Bree has muted himself because I think he might
he's eating.
He's eating. Hell yeah. RTC Rick Shotgun, a.k.a. RTC Shogun's in the house. Bree's in the house. Elena is in the house. Mr. Watson is in the house. How the hell are you guys doing?
Security guard name.
Good.
Mr. Watson.
You heard what Mr. Watson said, didn't you?
No, it sounds like a Bond villain, actually. Mr. Watson.
True.
I wish I had Bond villain money. That'd be cool. How y'all doing?
Good. Oh, and Al,
Yeah.
Smith Medor says he pronounced his name correctly.
I did it right? Medor.
Yeah, he did it right. Medor.
Nailed it.
I pronounced it incorrectly, I guess.
Because I almost went Medore, but there's no little accent mark. I don't know.
Tilda,
I
is
don't
that
know
what it's called?
That's a good way to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So isn't that kind of cool that we have a way? Because here's the thing, and I'm going to say this, and I don't really care. We're sponsored by HelloFresh, but we don't want to keep doing these. So it's way cooler for us to just keep it within the community and some of the brands that are they know who we are, like Mixwell and Grand Avenue and so on and so forth. It's cool going out into these other things and stuff like that, and it could be a way to generate some income because all this shit costs a lot of money, and we're trying to find ways to cover it without bothering people. But having that way of doing it through Patreon to where those who can opt into that, and it doesn't take away from anyone who can't. If that's not in the budget, don't worry about it. Nothing's going to change. Everything's going to stay the same. It's just an extra add-on that if you're hell yeah, I'm going to support these guys at this level, and then you get a little something back for that as well. Some early access stuff and sample packs. It's cool to keep it like that, and kind of run it with just a Beatcast community.
Yeah, and on our end, I think it's just kind of cool to come up with new ideas and different things for everyone. Keeps us fresh and on our toes, keep stuff going for you guys for all of our Patreon.
Fresh on your toes.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so
is a sponsor.
Speaking of, if you're looking for an easy way to eat well and save money this year, cut back on expensive takeout and delivery, and get started with HelloFresh, you'll love how fast and easy and affordable it is to whip up a restaurant quality meal right in your own kitchen. HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout. So they sent me a box. I tried it out. You guys might have seen the video. It was awesome. It was actually really good, and it was easy to do. And it's interesting because I think everyone in our community already has HelloFresh. So That's pretty cool too.
Yeah. We're using it.
Everyone we brought up is like, yeah, I use it. I love it. It's good.
Yeah.
And that's funny when you're about to sell. You're like, yeah. So yeah. Oh no, I already have that. I do.
Yeah.
That. I've been doing that. It's like, damn.
You want some leftovers from it? And they just hand you a bowl.
So yeah, as everyone knows, we did our gaming stream on Wednesday, something a little different too, a few days ago.
Oh yeah,
that was a lot of fun playing.
Dude, that game's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that was hilarious, dude. My girl and her mom were watching it. They're like, this game is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I wasn't prepared for how insane it would be.
The trick hole.
Yeah. Like, whoa. There was a lot of pivots. I was like, damn, they really did think about this shit as linear. You know what I mean? Like, it was like really witty responses, quick responses, and it kept me like, and I'm not into that stuff at all. So, but it kept me like interested. You know, I was entertained.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
He's going for what you call a courtesy wipe.
It's because he was the one playing the game and he was afraid that we're gonna talk shit about him right now.
Yeah, he wasn't doing very well.
This
is what I didn't get, because he had never really played it before, and like that, because I'm not really a gamer. It's like if I was playing that and you guys were watching me play, like I would have wouldn't have made it as far as he did. It would have been kind of embarrassing.
But he did play it a couple times before, so that made it like a little bit different.
Yeah,
he played it a couple times, but it was very entertaining. And then the zombie game afterwards was not. That shit was
What was the game?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
I forget. It was first person kill zombie.
Because I only stayed on for like 30 minutes or so, and then I had to go, but I didn't see the rest.
Yeah, we cut it after about an hour.
Yeah,
it was good.
No, the time.
But that is like, to what Shogun was just saying, and Alan was speaking to before, is the community aspect, and that is us hanging out and doing something just a little bit more than just making beats together. It's like this is a whole community. We're interested in you as a artist as well. So come join us, laugh with us and shit. And hang
just
out.
seeing a different side of us where it's a little less, we can we nerd out on production and beats and gear and stuff like that, and be able to nerd out in some games, other elements of our life that we usually don't see. Because I know on Instagram, it's like I don't show my personal life on Instagram, like I barely, don't put my kids or anything like that. It's very rare that I do talk about them on there.
That's why I have to hack into your cameras to find anything out about you.
Yeah, I think if anyone, because whenever anyone asks for a picture of me for like something as a promo or something like that, it's like. Yeah. I have to go back to a 5-year-old picture. It's like I'm not, just using the best picture I have. I'm using the only picture.
You're like, are you 15 in this picture? We can't.
Hey, this is a cake stand.
Are you at a desk in school? There's a bunch of people in the chat. Sam Drumlow's in the chat. Vargas is in there. Tigri.
Shout out to everybody, man.
Face of Infinity.
Soft Cannibal. Messi.
Danny's in there. Yeah, there's a bunch of people. Roxy Abu's in there. D0 Beats. Tons of people in this area.
Yeah, and I see you rocking the Zoo Records hoodie there.
Oh, yeah, Vargas. Yeah, thanks for sending this, man. This thing's cool, and it's got the whole, I don't know, you can see the whole thing happening on the back.
Yeah, I see it. The pictures of him and his whole crew.
I think they sold out of them or something, and they just got some more in, so.
Nice.
Thanks for sending that, man. I appreciate that. So, yes, on that tip, speaking about the community, it's kind of cool seeing how much everybody supports each other, and everyone's sharing everybody's stuff and kind of diving in. Like you were talking a bit about that before we started RTC.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what sets us apart. This community is that we really have gotten to know each other, and we're always kind of talk. We're not. Especially coming most, not everyone does hip hop and beats and stuff like that in this community, but coming from that hip hop way of thinking, it's more there's usually this bravado and this one-upmanship, and that doesn't happen in this community. And I think that's it for although you new people. It's I think you see that you don't have to be afraid of saying anything or commenting on anything or sharing stuff. like everyone in the community, we're always showing love, we're always sharing stuff, and I think that's something that we should we can really help each other out with that. Let's on Instagram sharing our stories and stuff like that. That's like a really awesome thing. Is just tagging everyone and giving them feedback and stuff like that. That's some of the stuff that people don't usually get, especially outside of music making. If you play it for your friends, they're like, oh yeah, that's cool, you do your little beat thing or whatever. But they don't understand how much love and passion you actually have. So when you're surrounded by people who have that same love for this, it's just it's kind of cool. So let's keep riding that wave, man. Share the hell out of your everyone's stuff. Let's be a community where we're just leveling each other up and helping each other.
That playlist that we did, the actually I should bring it up here, the Beatcast Spotify, like the radio station thing we did. It's essentially a playlist, but here's the art here. That right there, I can't tell you how many people I got messages from that had sort of dormant Spotify pages. And they're starting to see their plays go up just by you're adding it in there. People are coming to that, because what we do, and we're not joking around when we say we're generally fanatical about the people that create in this this project. There's a lot of insanely talented people, so we actually invest in that. So with that post to promote that playlist, we put money behind that, and so to promote that and get it into other minded artists that from Instagram that interact with the page, and it kind of filters out a bit, and so that just gets more people to check it out. And that's the kind of shit that we're talking about. So it's we're kind of putting our money where our mouth is. We take what we have come in and put it right back into our community,
rest of the community.
It's hard getting I hate the word exposure, but getting heard, what I'm saying, when in a sea of people.
Heard is so much better of
heard or seen,
and of course, I'd rather be seen than not heard.
The thing is you want that to happen though when you're absolutely ready, because you don't want to have exposure to your music when you're not ready. If you're still just coming out of the beginning stages of your production, if you overexpose yourself at an early stage, people will be like, "Oh, that dude sucks," because we all suck to start with. That's how it works. You suck, and then you get better. You work through the suck. So once you are ready, and you're like, "Oh shit, my stuff's," I'm getting some good feedback about this, through the community, then you start putting it out there. You really let me see what happens. This is kind of that space where you can bounce it off each other without ending up overexposing yourself at a too early stage.
This is the workshop. This is the community. No other way to put it. The team, whatever. This is the community. This is where you come for ideas. You come to share ideas. You come to ask about different samples and who has this record or whatnot. I guarantee you ask a question in the Discord about a record, somebody will know it. John will know what record label it came from and what time period and shit. It's it's well supported. So you come here, it's not like a all competition and all ego or just trying to one up each other and whatnot. And also too, this isn't a space where we're promising stardom or even pushing anything like that. But we are aware that what we're doing is creating, and your creation can be used or monetized. And since your creation can be monetized, you should be prepared. So we do have those discussions as well, of how to prepare yourself, how to put something out, or how other people have gone about doing it and stuff. So
absolutely.
And if I can say something, from my perspective, as I'm not making beats or anything, but I once I started listening to you guys do all this stuff, this was kind of what my thing was in the beginning when I was supporting small businesses in a way, just promoting them without getting anything back. And then I saw what you guys were doing, and I was trying to get more people to come your way, just because the feeling is so good when you guys all hang out and just support each other. It just feels awesome, so that's the kind of stuff I want to be a part of. So I think what you're doing is great, and that sense of community is awesome here.
Absolutely appreciate that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just cool when we can reach out to each other on gear. If someone messages me, say, "Hey, what do you do for this?" And speaking of which, I was supposed to get back to Messi about something. Sorry, man. I'll get back to you about that thing you asked me about. But when we're not afraid to ask each other questions or anything like that. It's like, what did you do for this, or how did you do this? It's like, and for those of you that aren't doing that, don't be afraid. Just reach out to whether it's anyone here on the stream or anyone else in the community. And I don't think anyone is gonna, I guarantee no one's gonna, treat you poorly.
That's the thing about hip hop heads in general too, from a different era. Like some of us are older. I'm 43, right? I'm an older head. Some of you guys are older heads, and there is a time that existed in hip hop that was more prevalent, where if you were reaching out, people would either like sun you, you would either get sunned or you would just get shit on, because it was like very circle the wagons, and I existed in that era.
Well, it's like, we could use us as an example. Like back in the day, like when me and Al, it's like we were in different crews. It's like, no, it's like we're better than them. Like
fuck those guys.
It's funny to see now how closely we're working together. Where back in the day we were in competition. But that was a hip hop thing. It wasn't that we hated each other, but it was just like, and that and. It's just part of that hip hop thing, and it wasn't necessarily a positive thing for the community, especially with the Arizona hip hop community back in the day. I think it's one of the reasons that kept us stagnant.
Too.
And that's like different conversation for another day.
Sure. But, and as I got out of the state a bit, when I started to phasing into that portion of music, like touring and seeing the way other people did it, there were states that were like way ahead of us as far as this kind of shit, especially like Seattle. Like when I got to Seattle, like those cats were like really community based and like ready to help each other. And it was humbling, like seeing somebody who was like 8,000 times better than me have no problem with helping someone out with like a simple thing, like, oh yeah, man, you're gonna want to do this when you like
we weren't
export
used
your
to that.
file. Right over here, it's just like fuck you, die.
It was the same thing when we started doing the touring. It was like, oh man, like we're in these tours with different people from out of state, and they're all cool. You know, like this is weird.
That's how Denver was. Denver was like that as well. Just had their community was like really real tight, work together. But we're not there, so like there still could be those challenges.
But that's the thing about it too, is it's not like it's just that you find out with age, you get a little older and you realize that there's plenty of space for everybody, and you just get better. Just get off of my lawn. No, there's plenty of space for everybody, and you do get better by helping people get better. Like, if you want to learn something, teach somebody. That's just really how it works. That shit's what it's really all about.
So, and to make a long story short, this is a good community here. We all support each other.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you got a soundboard.
So I got a new toy. I got this Rodecaster that had all these sound effects on it. So you're gonna hear some random shit throughout the show. Just warning, preparing.
Hey, everyone. I was gonna go get one today. That
which we were talking about.
That I was gonna go get it today. It's here.
We gotta time it. I'm making that thing pop up. You're doing the sound. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's good.
Damn, we nailed it.
It's gonna be like a game.
It's so stupid. I love it.
So excited.
I love it.
Yeah,
I feel like a little kid with this damn thing.
Fucking great. And so, anyways, getting back at there was some certain spots back in the day where you would have some sort of camaraderie, where like you would like the homies would have like crack software and shit like that. I think you were talking about before we started, Watson, about the ethics, like where we stand on using crack software and licensed.
Yeah, and me coming in as an old man, Delvon, it's like I didn't know people like this was still going on. I thought this was a my generation thing, but that's going to be nice to hear some of the younger generation talking about.
You know why? It's because our generation, we don't want to we did that journey to go find it. All that like searching on Pirate Bay or wherever the hell. We did all of that. So now we're at that place where it's like, I don't have the energy to be doing all that.
Yeah.
No, so I was having a discussion. It was the other day. Shout out to Duck Girl and the chat through there. So somebody posed a question. I don't remember who it is. I apologize, but they were asking like pirated software versus non. I'm pirated software all the way. I've never owned. I've never owned a legit copy of FL. I'll be real with you. I don't intend to unless they give me money for it or a free copy or something like that.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. In my opinion, like it works the same way. And if you get a bad version or something like that, you could go get another version of it that has like an update or a patch or something. So, for example, FL8 is still my favorite version of FL. I started with 7, and both of those were free. I found a cracked version probably on LimeWire. And so one of my computers got AIDS in the process of me trying to get free software. And then I started using that. And then every version after that, like I would get a pirated version of. I hated FL9. I hated most of the other ones after that. I'm pretty sure they're on 21 right now, or 20. I have a free copy of 20. That is cracked. And actually, when I started using Machine,
it's a free copy.
It's a free copy. When I started using Machine, I bought it off of a dude that I knew. He was trying to do a different type of music. He was doing like house and stuff like that. He couldn't figure out how to use it. So I was like, I'll buy it off of you. Did that. I had to find the software because if you know how Machine works, you can't just like plug it in and use it. That's not how it goes, especially back then. So it was an MK1. This was like 2014 or 2015. Either way, I think the MK2 had already been out. I had a pirated version of that, and I used that for a while. I had one specific version. I don't remember. It was a version of 2 that was really bad. Like there was like a lot of glitches in it, and you can't just go to like the software update button.
Yeah,
that's the biggest fear, and that's the shit that I hated so much was finding you'd get 2 or 3 copies of 2 or 3 bad copies to get one good copy.
That's fair.
That process used to kill.
That's the only one that I've had a bad experience with though. Like FL, I can't recall ever having like a bad version or a bad update version of FL. That specific version of Machine, it was bad, but I'm talking like a day or 2 later, they put the patch version of it up of the newer one. Never had another problem with it. And then I didn't get a legit copy of it until I bought this Plus right here. And, now the nice part is, free updates anytime. You just go straight to the store and, you install the new update. So that part of it's cool. But I'll be real with you, like, spend your money on something else. That's just my personal opinion about it. Like, if you want to buy records or you want to buy other gear or something like that, put your money in there. Because how much does FL cost out of curiosity? Isn't it like the top version of it, like $800 or something like that? Something like that?
I actually don't know.
Man,
I've never bought a copy of it. When I had it, it was cracked. But I didn't like it as much. I used to use Reason. Mm-hmm. So, See, that was my thing. But I'm not against creativity. So
what? Okay.
However you need to get there, I have no problem with it.
That's why I'm at.
But at the same time, I acknowledge that it's important to also be to have some type of all of it can't be bad. Some of it gotta be good. Like
I definitely agree.
Real quick, let me just pop in and say, Tigre. No, it was DJ Bad DJ says if you make money off of music, pay for the software, which is a good point. So like
absolutely,
and I believe it was Tigre says I used to get a cracked version of Complete every time they released a new one. And
I did that.
Did you do that?
she was his hacker.
I think we got like 200 giga of native instruments for him,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, it's like over $1,000.
Oh shit!
Like those are so expensive.
Contact is pretty pricey.
You can't get like the newest version of it because it's so complicated right now. How they did it? Like I think you have to upload it through update it through the system, so it's not not easy to crack. But like the older versions, you can get it. I think it was Complete 11, maybe native instruments.
Yeah, that's like $1,300.
Yeah. So we're not encouraging this. Like it was more of me of like a curiosity thing. Like I honestly stopped doing the crack software thing when I got a Mac because it seemed like it was harder to get, and I was just like, oh, it's time to do that. Another thing that made it easier for me is, I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on this, is the monthly subscription service for a lot of programs.
Yeah.
Like, let's say like Fruity Loops had a monthly subscription where, then you got all the updates after the subscription. Would you more than likely do that? You'd still doing, but you'd be getting the updates. It makes sense to me. It's like,
no, I get that. For me personally, so FL is not something that I use every day anymore. Like, basically, I exclusively use Machine. But for example, shout out to New Rudis, he sent me over a track earlier, and I did like some mastering for it. I used FL to do it, to send it back. The funny part is, I also feel the same way about like plugins. But what I sent him, I mastered it off of a plugin that I paid for, and it's the most expensive plugin that I've ever owned.
But it's like you need something to use it in.
Correct. Yeah. So I use my crack copy of FL with my paid plugin to send him back a track. But like I said, I do agree with if you're making money off of it, I'm a peon. I be making music for the sake of making music just for myself. So like I don't sell beats or no shit like that. But for anyone else, I definitely encourage paying for the software. If you're starting out, you're trying to figure it out, man, fuck paying for it. Just get it for free, figure it out. The only thing that's negative, I think Bree kind of alluded to it. You got to worry about like your computer fucking dying in the process of you trying to install some of these programs. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what's going to come along with the copy that you have. Luckily for me, like anything that I've had as far as FL goes, or even the Machine, I never had any like viruses or anything crazy like that come along with it. But I know when I bought this Mac that I'm using, I wanted to get a copy of FL for Mac, like specifically like the native one. When I went to go install it, my goddamn heart was racing because I was like, I just bought this computer. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with it. So, yeah, that is the other side of it, too. You don't know what's going to come along with it.
It's happened to me. I've uploaded something on my computer from Gate, was it Raw Gator or something like that, or one of them. you know which one I'm talking about. Rapid Gator. That's what it was. Rapid Gator. There's another one of these like sites that have stuff uploaded to them. And on that hard drive, I had because I had been hitting the LimeWire thing pretty hard. I had a copy of the original of Dilla Treats. I had Kanye West at SOBs in New York with Regina. I think Regina Spektor opened up, and maybe it was a different show, but John Legend came out, and it was like before they were all like kind of like something famous. All that shit's gone. All that shit.
That's karma. That's karma, man. Right. Throw that out there. Oh, yeah. But Bad DJ also brings up a good point. There's a lot of free software out there that can get the job done too. But obviously there's nothing free, like there's nothing like Fruity Loops or anything. But for someone starting out who say isn't used to Fruity Loops and they need to learn something, there's if you're learning new software, like there is a lot of good free stuff out there.
To add to the point that you're making, now FL, you can just download the newest version of FL for free. And of course, like there's certain omissions from it. Like there's certain things that don't work. Like if I remember correctly, you can't save project files, but you can export. The sampler works. Like most, or if not all of the effects are pretty much there. You have options as far as that goes. But like when I started, we're talking 2006. That shit was not happening. There was no like a pirated version. Obviously, you don't pay for it. But as far as like a free, good to use DAW, wasn't really a thing. Yeah. So again, speaking of the era thing that you're talking about, I definitely agree with that. Because even something like Koala, the free, if I'm not mistaken, regular version of Koala is free, right?
No,
am I crazy?
I think
it's like $5.
Oh, you know what's messed up though is
it's relatively cheap,
which is practically free.
I've seen people like bitch about the cost of Koala. It's like,
but that, and then but that's what I'm going with. I think it's a generation thing because you have some people, for example, where I'm sure there's versions of Ableton that are like over 1,000 if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
And there's some people that have no gripes with that at all. Then there's other people where they'll bitch about a $3.99 download. I think it's completely a generational thing. Like I know me personally, I have the Samurai version of Koala that's the one where you get like the piano list, and you get all of that. I'm not gonna front. I was kind of annoyed that I had to buy the app and then buy a feature in the app too. But again, I think in total it's still less than $10. So
how much add-ons have you bought in like Call of Duty or some shit like that, man?
You know what? The first time I shit you not, I don't do that. I'm weird that way. The first time I bought a battle pass was because of Al. I swear. I only recently did that shit. Because like cosmetics and all that bullshit don't mean anything to me. A lot of times, like this is the first Call of Duty where I've ever like maxed my level out because I don't give a.
But don't you want to be pretty while you're killing people?
No, fuck that shit. I don't care.
Don't you want to
about
have a new dance or something?
I will say this. Atlanta, you can, and I know you can speak to this. The cost of the entire, because when I started doing photography and I started shooting in the whole Adobe suite, that shit was like stupid expensive. But I was in school, so I had access to the labs and whatnot, so I can use it there. I got my hands on a cracked copy of it, and it was like 8 DVDs. And I'm just carrying this around. Like I would go to people's houses and like, I got that shit. You want it? And we, upload on the computer, get so excited, takes time, it's all that shit is uninvested and stuff. So looking at, Koala now or something now, I'm like $5, $15. Yeah, I could do that shit because before
and it's one-time payment, right? It's not like you have to pay every month.
Yep.
Right. Because the barrier to entry on Photoshop back in the day was $4.99, $5.99 or some shit like that.
Right.
Like it was stupid expensive, and you had to buy 4 things to because you couldn't use just one thing. You couldn't just use Photoshop. You needed
Lightroom, probably.
Yeah, Lightroom, all that shit. Yeah.
No, and that the thing that you were talking about, like going around. There are so many people in Arizona that they got free copies of FL because of me. Like anybody that I knew that had an interest in music, recording, anything, I would give them a free copy of FL. So I definitely get it. I think that it has a lot to do with like a generational thing. But if you are just starting, I say try to learn something and kind of go off of that. The other point that I was going to kind of add on to this was like, how do you guys feel about someone trying out a bunch of different pieces of software or hardware instead of kind of focusing on one? Like, what advice that you would give, I guess? Do you recommend somebody try a little bit of everything and see what they lean towards? Or do you recommend that somebody get something and try to figure it out on that?
I say figure it out. I mean, like, you got to go like I'm not a Fruity Loop person. I'm not a Reason person. I'm a texture, textile. Like I want to feel it and be right there making my beat, and I'm in touch with it in that way. Like I can't. I mean, I've done it before, and I know how to use it, and I can make it. I mean, I do it on my iPad, but no. I mean, like that's the whole challenge of it. You got to find what you like. I mean, you don't become a good guitar guy by avoiding guitars.
Right.
Like you gotta like try just about everything. What still blows my mind is when people do drums on a keyboard. That shit blows my mind just because like visually.
Oh yeah, I could do that. That shit's fun because then it's like then you're like finger drumming almost. When you just tap on a table. Yeah. I kind of want to get into that a little bit more, but
I'm kind of with Bree on this. I've tried making beats on like keyboards and shit. It's just completely different. Even like chopping samples and shit on the key. It's just different.
I don't think so. Well, yeah, okay, so it is different, but when I make if I'm doing drums on a keyboard layout, the patterns I do are completely different than what I'm doing
because usually you have those options.
Yeah, when I'm doing if I'm doing it on the keyboard, I'm usually doing one at a time. But if I'm using the 16 pads, I'm usually doing kick, hat, and snare at the same time.
Right.
But I'm usually only doing one at a time out on the keyboard.
Tatsubatsu brings it up. The ASR-10. That's the classic.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah. Get into that. I couldn't get into that machine. It's a dope. I love watching people work on it, but it's like shooting Nikon. I can understand nobody shooting with a Nikon camera. It just doesn't do it I can't get to it. But pull out a Canon.
I used to be strictly, I have to do all my musical chops. I have to play it all out on keyboard. I couldn't do it on pads. And for probably the past year, all I do is my chops on pads anymore. Like my keyboard, I got the freaking 40 something key Native Instruments one back there. It's like it's collecting dust because now I would strictly just use it. Even for keyboard and synth stuff, I'm doing those on the pads now. I've learned how to do it on the pads as opposed to using the keyboard.
Right.
But don't you just get comfortable using one gear and then you feel like you're not improving yourself? That's not how it works.
That's why I brought that up. That's exactly why I brought that up. Thank you.
Here's this. I'll speak. I can speak on that. Like, and it's funny because I own like every fucking I own too much shit, But for me to say this, I think you need to stick to one piece of gear until you master that fucker, and then. What you learn from there, go to something else.
Can't you apply whatever you learn on, I don't know how it works, but like the sound.
Yeah. You can have multiple patches or whatever running into whatever you're doing, and that's that's the next Jedi mind trick. Is like, if you can use all of these pieces of equipment, how do you bring them together to create a cohesive sound and change your workflow or influence somebody else's workflow. Mm-hmm. So
see, and I think for me saying because I come from an old school where all I could, I had an MPC and that's all I had. I couldn't afford anything else. There wasn't as much syncing things up with the computer. So we were a little bit more limited back and then where you had to master one thing. I think that's kind of crucial is don't get that grass is greener over here. Let me figure out what's going on over here first. Like, especially if you're just starting out,
Can I quantify that? Make it make sense. So if you are starting out on something, have somebody show you what you're doing, but have a logical reason
to move on.
You transitioning because you need a more instrumental sound and you need this and that. You got to go toward a keyboard workstation so that you can, gather that because you don't get it as much with the pads. On like a MP or a machine, but make it make sense because there's no point in moving on if you're just gonna fumble and you're not gonna be able to it's gonna stifle your creativity.
So to add on to the point that you just made about that, I won't call him out, but somebody that I know, I gave him a copy of FL, and he wanted to start making music. So I was like, here, try this out. Watch some tutorials online, try to get it figured out or whatever. So while I was in the middle of showing him that, somebody else was in the middle of showing him Ableton. And he was trying to figure out what sound he wanted to go for, trying to identify his own sound. But then he went and he got a machine. And then he doesn't really understand Ableton, but he doesn't understand FL because he doesn't like the feel of it because he started to slightly get used to Ableton. But now he also doesn't understand machine. So he's at a point where he just feels overwhelmed because he doesn't understand anything.
Because they're all different animals.
And they're all different. For example, I hate Ableton. I can't stand it. Everything in it is so difficult to do to start. But then there's other people that have started out on Ableton where they see FL and they're like, I don't get it. I can't figure it out. To me, Cakewalk and FL are similar enough to where you can take, like what she was saying, you could take something from Cakewalk, for example, and I was able to apply it to FL.
Yeah.
Straight across. The same way that I can apply that to Koala. But I think that you kind of got to get used to something. So you, like you were saying, so you have a basis to go off of, and then you get to build off of that. Because I think, at the point where most of us are at, I think if somebody threw you a new piece of hardware, you would be able to apply your music knowledge to it to get somewhere with it. Even if you decide that you don't like it or you prefer something else, you could still apply that shit to it. But just starting out and trying to figure yourself out and trying to figure out how to make music and just going all over the place and grabbing new things, I think that's a bad route. I think you should definitely get something, stick with it for a little bit and kind of build from that.
So I used to work at Guitar Center for a long time, and I would see people who were just collectors of equipment that would always talk about, oh, I'm about to get this, I'm about to get the Karma, but they were in 2 weeks ago and just got an NPC, and now they're going to get this, but they're never coming back with anything made. They never like finished any music, you know? And I was noticing Drumlow in the chat, Sam Drumlow and Tatsumaki kind of saying it. It's like, Tatsumaki saying like a lot of people don't have patience, you know, and it's kind of like they get the shiny nut. They go, oh shiny, like a squirrel running everywhere and shit. Oh, that's cool. That's the new thing. I want this. I want that. And like you said, they end up getting lost in the sauce and they're not really good at anything. Right. But I think it's kind of a mixture of both. Like if you get a piece of equipment and it's 1000% not your vibe and you're not having fun, you have to commit a bit to find out, because you might have to push through and have a breakthrough. But if it's never coming, then try another piece. And because eventually that's what happened with me. Like I tried a few different pieces of equipment, but the machine has just been the one that's like spoke to me. And I think it's like something about it speaks to so many people. Not to turn this into a thing, but it for me was the one that's the most. I would say you can tell it's for you if it's the quickest thought to like sound
to get out. Yeah, absolutely,
without any like, interference. And you're getting something done with it. If you could finish and you find yourself finishing a lot with that piece of equipment, just use that one. But to kind of tap in conclusion of this, on what Marlo Diggs said in one of his videos, he was talking about once you find a sound and you're like, oh shit, I kind of like what I got going here, and you're getting a response from other people too, don't then the next track you make now I'm going to go make a reggae track, or now I'm going to go to this. Just repeat what you just did, almost to the point of using the same drums and the same pattern, and do this for years, you know? And so you've mastered that, and then incrementally move out. And then like Ellen was saying, you could then laterally move to another piece of equipment that is maybe in the same wheelhouse.
Right. Definitely agree.
We solved it. We got that.
Ready to play some beat?
There's going to be a quiz. Yeah, it's beat time. Hey, so normally what we do, because this time we have 50 beats. There's only a couple of double submissions from people. Side note, if you submit double submissions, I usually just play one of them just for the sake of time. We play them randomly, so we'll play like 10 to 15, maybe 20 beats. And but if we reach our sub goal, which I think we damn near did, and I wanted to say thank you. Sub goals down there.
I know Messi. I think Messi. He gifted
a sub.
He gifted a sub too. Yeah, thank you, Messi.
To Soft Cannibal, and Sam Drumlow gifted one to Garrison Jones. Thank you for doing that. You guys could gift subs too if you're already subscribed. If you have Prime, you could use your Prime subscription to get your subscription for free, get ad-free viewing, and then all the emojis and all the rest of the cool shit. But if we reach that sub goal in between now and then, we'll play all the beats, and we'll go long and play them all. And if not, no worries. We'll just play a random selection of whatever pops up.
That sucks. I could go on that last conversation for like 2 more hours.
I know, right? But before we get into that,
the Beatcast is brought to you by Mixwell, the turntable and lifestyle brand going strong since 1997. MixwellWorldwide.com. 7th Street Media, digital solutions that connect with consumers. Beat Mecca Phoenix, showcasing and connecting music producers in the Phoenix metro area. BeatMeccaPHX.com. Grand Avenue Records, specializing in 7 and 12-inch vinyl records, CDs, tapes, gifts, collectibles, and more. GrandAvRecords.com.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I believe this is Messi. That's hypnotizing.
I think Messi's saying he uploaded the wrong one.
Either way, this is tight.
Yeah, Messi, this is dope.
This is a good way to say, just look how diverse our community is.
Yeah. It's unpredictable in a good way.
Jesus
God
Christ.
damn. Good Lord.
That was
Whether I don't know if that was his submission or not, what he was supposed to do. I mean, it was dope as hell.
Hey, it was pretty dope. The video was, yeah, that was good, man. I'm digging that shit.
Me gusta.
Yeah.
Lyrics underground, just like some supernatural ninjas. The ones who can handstand on the blade of a sword and the tips of their fingers. For 40 days and 40 nights, and if I'm forced to fight, my tongue will swipe and freestyle like BMX bikes and quarter pipes. My style is flawless, I levitate on cordless mics. Of course it's life, and I'm the rawest type, potent like Northern Lights. My jaws are type to leave you scarred worse than an orca bite. My reputation's got tigers crouching just from the thought of life. From a ghetto walker life, remand on ramp and skin with things. Hungry ghetto youth who would chop your fingers off for pinky rings. More attitude than any WWF wrestler. My character will smack you down, my personality will suplex you. Life I don't play, boy, don't take me for no Hugh Hefner, cause you know I fuck your soul up worse than a sadistic shoe mender. I'll take you out with one blow, even if you was the master of karate, kung fu, kickboxing, judo, jiu-jitsu or taekwondo.
A handsome sword.
Panic, panic, panic.
Who was that?
That was D0 Beats.
Hey, that shit was hard, man.
Yeah, I like that. It was very like I had a really old school vibe to it too.
I like the fact that you can do the hawk at the end of Beats.
Is that the only sound you got?
No, I got like if we get a really bad beat, I'm gonna play this one.
Oh shit! That's season 4 when we start ripping people.
Yeah,
Fucking garbage.
we bring them in with love, and then we're like,
Then we give it to them. We just
Don't accidentally
received.
play that one.
Oh, we reached our goal. Thank you. We have applause now. That's cool.
Yeah,
Dude.
I thought he was gonna do it at the opening of the show. That's what I thought. She was
Applause?
getting ready. Yeah, I thought she was getting ready for it.
We got to load up a bunch of applause sounds to get a big thing going. Messi gifted another.
That's what I need.
Or is that what he already did? It's not cannibal. Anonymous gifted one to Little Treasures Beats, and Beatsmith Mador 1 gifted a sub to Robo Music. Thank you for doing that.
Awesome.
And
Thanks,
with that,
guys.
we're gonna play all the beats. Zilla.
I like his logo. It is dope.
Beef is not what Jay said to Nas. Beef is when the working folks can't find jobs. So they tryna find niggas to rob. Tryna find bigger guns for them to finish the job. Beef is when the crack babies can't find moms, cause they in a pine box. I lock behind bars. Beef ain't the summer jam for Hot 97. Beef is the cocaine and AIDS epidemic. Beef don't come with a radio edit. Beef is when the judge is calling you defendant. Beef, it come with a long jail sentence, handed down to you in a few short minutes. Beef is when your girl come through for a visit to tell you how she pregnant, buy some up a nigga. Beef is high blood pressure and bad credit. Need a loan for your home, but you're too broke to get it. And all your little kids doing is getting bigger. You trying not to raise them around these wild niggas. Beef is when a gold digger got your seat in her, a manicure handout like, pay me, nigga. Ha. Or I'm telling your wife and starting up some foul rumor that'll ruin your life. Beef is when the gangster ain't doing it right, and other gangsters done decided what to do with his life. Beef is not what these famous niggas do on the mic. Beef is what George Bush would do in the fight. Beef is Miss Wallace still don't know who shot Biggie. And beef is Walter Irv not being here with me when a soldier ends his life with his own gun. Beef is trying to figure out what to tell his son. Beef is oil prices and geopolitics. Beef is Iraq, the West Bank, and Gaza Strip. Drip, 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 drip.
Damn, son.
That's pretty good there.
Dude, like that just goes to show you, like Zilla, like he can go all sorts of ways with it, and then to give us some straight up boom bap hip hop, that's dope. I like that.
It fit perfectly with that shit too. That was
Yeah.
tight.
Shit was dope.
That's cool.
Loved it.
And for
Let's
that,
go.
you get a hawk.
508 Dose. Love this guy. My kind of weird, says Heavy Mids.
Is that a game?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's the new Hellblade, or I think that's what it's called.
That's what I love about, like, I was so afraid of the sample when I picked it out of there, just because it, like, those records, like, there's a bunch of them out there, those percussion ones, and it's very, like, kind of an old school sample pool that you would get. So, like, it's something that, like, in the late 90s, early 2000s, it's like that's the stuff we were pulling and flipping, and, like, I love what everyone's doing with it, especially, like, something like that. Like, it takes me back to that era, hearing, like, the last few beats, especially even, like, 508 Dose, yours there as well. It kind of took me back to that place.
Hell yeah.
That's good, man. It's like a hug.
This is Rock Replay with Heavy Mids.
Yeah,
Collab.
me.
Damn.
That's Chat GPT back there.
They touch so many content with that shit.
You could tell, like different, like, who's, like, you could tell there was two people doing that, but it melded very, very well. You know, I like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And if that was an AI created video in the background, would that be? Isn't that creepy that if they use Terminators?
Chat GPT. Yeah. Oh yeah, good stuff. Thank you for the follow, Emil Musica. By the way, if I ever mispronounce someone's name, just understand I'm kind of stupid. So just saying, it's hard for me to. I don't understand what I'm looking at.
But I wait for you to say people's names.
Yeah. Thanks. All right. This is the cat that does everything at VR. This is Second VR. This shit is so weird and cool.
Nah, this shit is dope.
Yeah.
I really like this one a lot.
I wonder if that's him, like, inside the thing.
Yes, it is.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any of these beats. Well, I'll take that back. I think I heard like 2 or 3. I can't remember who. But as of now, none of these I've heard before. So it's good.
I hear it when I repost them, but only a little bit. I try to save it. Shall be right back.
That's crazy because it's so like he even hits the stop on the CDJ and it slows down. He really sync those things up.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he told me he makes the entire thing in it. We had a conversation. He was saying the whole thing he makes through VR. So I was asking him, like, how exactly does it work? And he was saying that in VR, he pulls the sample into it, and he
does it in the VR.
All of it, the entire thing, he does in
cool.
VR.
Jeez,
that's so weird.
That's what I asked him. I was like, how difficult is it to, like, make it? And he was just saying, he was like, kind of like anything else, once you figure it out, it's just kind of make it happen. So he did the entire shit in VR. I thought that was kind of dope.
It's pretty cool.
I'm such an old man.
Is that
I know. I'm right there with you, but it's like, I'm cheering the kids on, like, yeah, go.
Is that the same person that did, like, from his point of view with VR last time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so now he
him.
just tried like a different angle.
Yeah, I reposted that because I really like that one a lot. And we had a conversation after that, and I was just asking, I was like, yo, how do you make this happen?
Mm-hmm.
And he like sent me shit on how to do it. So it's something that all of us could do. I would just rather make the shit in the machine and just call it a day. That's just
talk about
me,
like cracked software. At that point, you could just emulate.
Give me some crack VR.
Yeah, that's really cool. It never even occurred to me that could be a thing, but there it is,
man.
Well, what happens if you use some cracked software in VR? There, you get a virus. You're in VR. Is that like?
That's when you got to drop your equipment and pick up the gun.
Hey, did you guys watch Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode where, like, whatever they did to your chip, it caused you to be seen as snow by everybody else? Like, if you did something bad, like you were like a felonious person or whatever the hell.
I didn't see that one.
Somebody would look at you and you'd be all snow, like you'd be blocked out, so they couldn't see who you were.
That's my whole life.
Just looking like TV static. That's hilarious.
Yeah, take my glasses off.
Like, and they can do poor people like that too.
Damn. This is Maxime Robin 42. Maxime Robin 42.
That shit was chaos in a very good way. That was dope as hell.
You get Hawk.
Maximum chaos. Good stuff, man. This is D-Bass 327. Nice.
This is really dark.
There was so much to work with in there, and that sample, I loved it. By the way, we didn't talk about that. The sample.
What do you guys think?
I thought it was a dope one. I thought it was real nice.
Everyone did like such a good job. It was so different. Like, like sometimes it's very repetitive. Like you can hear the sample. And this time it was just like everyone played with it so well that it was cool to kind of, because I always watch all the beats. Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, I was, I know you had mentioned when you pulled the record. By the way, are you pulling the record live tonight as well?
Unless Bree's got something.
You got something, Bree?
I don't.
Okay. I'll pull it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Yeah. When you grab the record, you had that look. It's funny because I capped that as like the thing where you were like, yeesh.
Yeah. Really?
So I was scared because I was like, damn, if you don't like it.
That much, man.
Yeah, well, it's one of those. Like I said, it's more of an old school sample pull, and I was kind of curious what people were going to do with it because it would be one of those that I think most people wouldn't use. But like I said, Jay Lingua, like I was like, this would be something perfectly up his alley because I know it's got those upbeat percussion pieces and those horns and stuff like that. So I knew there would be some people that would absolutely love it and kill it, but it's just a very different, like all those records in that genre and that series are just, most people won't use them. If they're listening to the record, they're not going to use them unless, a situation like this where you kind of
reminded me of the Beat Nuts. They sound like a Beat Nuts beat.
Yes.
Like example, you know what I'm saying? I was like, this is right in the pocket for that.
It's a 90s jazz beat. Like it's very much like it's in the wheelhouse of the Beat Miners.
Yeah, because those were those records. This was a dollar bin, 50-cent bin record that you would have pulled in the late 90s, early 2000s. That were all over the place, or you'd even find them in Goodwills. It's something everyone had, so you kind of made it work back then. So everyone was using those.
Very cool. This is Little Treasures Beats.
I can hear a wholesome rocking over this.
Yeah, oh, I know, right? They added that. That shit's tight. Yeah. Very cool.
I love all these, man. Like, these are all taking me back, man.
Yeah.
I love this.
That was real dope.
Robo 2K. Fucking love that.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite ones right there.
That was nice. That was good.
Robo's good, man. How dare you? How dare you?
Yo, RTC, real quick, very quick question. You got one of those, right? Like very recently?
I got the new 404. Was it the MK2?
How do you like it?
I was just me and Bree were just having a conversation about this. For me, it's a good companion piece, but my main thing is I can't see myself ever finishing something on it as far as a full production. Like if I started something in there, I would take it somewhere else and add more to it. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I feel like it's just a better companion piece where you're going to use it in conjunction with something else. When I got a 404, like it was like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. I was using it with the NBC Live, using them together that way, and that was really good combo there. But it's fun. Maybe I just I feel like I told Bree, I was like, maybe I still have to hit that aha point with it of, okay, this makes a little more sense to me now, but it's just it's cumbersome going into it. And maybe it's just the way I'm using it, trying to use it. Yeah.
Now. Yeah. But it goes back to the point. Why have it if it's not going to help you, like that? So, and that's a big, and this is a good example of like, it's a popular tool. It's a popular piece. Everybody kind of, wants one. It's like the Stratocaster of the lo-fi or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So like everybody wants one or whatever, but it doesn't work with how you make your music. It doesn't work.
So I've always wanted one, but I've noticed that a lot of people will just use it as an effect board rather than like something to make things with. And a lot of the people that I see use it, that's what they do it for. They'll run it through there and then use all of the effects that are built into it. I don't know. It's something that I've always wanted, but I'm with you. I don't know what I would actually do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if I was just using it for effects, like, it's good for that, but like with Machine, you could do that. There's there's the effects in there. Like I sent you the video too, Bree, about, incorporate all that stuff in there. And it's, and like Tatu says, it's a workflow too, same workflow. It's what you like, what you want to use. But to me, my personal opinion, it can only be a companion piece for me.
Gotcha.
That's how I see it.
Al, you got one, right? You bought one recently.
Yeah. I have okay.
Yeah. I have it, but and I signed up for the Sarah Too Ill, who, by the way, she's following the channel now. That's kind of cool.
Awesome. For those that don't know, she's got a great page, YouTube page.
She's amazing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I signed up for her class basically online to like learn, and I'm only a little bit into it, and but so far it's great. I used John Sandoval's 404 to the older one to do like a quick set to try it out, and I could see that thing totally being like the piece that I use for live shows. So in my new one here, I just loaded my old album in. I'm going to load my new album in there, and I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to do production with it so much. I'm just going to play it, use it for a live
piece. And it makes sense in that situation,
because that's a lot of what I've seen people do as well. They'll use like each pad as the trigger for a song, and then they'll play it out live like that.
Yeah,
but like like Rick was saying, you could do the same thing basically with Machine. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I don't own one, so me talking about it's just not fair. Yeah. But from what I've seen, man, that's just kind of how a lot of people did. I mean, fuck the show up, by the way.
There's a cat named Soy something. I'm fucking this up. He's a really dope producer.
Soy is real? Are you talking about?
Something like that, yeah. He does a lot of stuff on Twitch, and I saw him do a thing at an event with Megaran. And he was using the the MK3 Live, like the Plus, and he was using it the same way you would an SP404, and it was actually really cool. He had a laptop next to it too.
Premiere does the that Sirius show with one like that. That's he uses that as an effect board. But again, like that's what I've noticed with a lot of people that have it. It's not even so much in producing on it. They just use it for effects.
Some people use it for a podcasting tool. You can literally
I've seen that too. It's a trip. But then you have somebody like Sam I Am where they'll do their entire shit off of it. So I think very much what you were saying. It just kind of depends on how you're wired and what you want to do. But
I'm sure they're out there, but I'd like to know of an album that was strictly on a 404, front to back, didn't use it as a companion piece, where it's actually thought out tracks, a minute and a half track.
Sam I Am, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure he's
like I want, because I'm curious. I want to hear someone who's doing. I'm not saying it can't be done, that no one can do it. So I'm not like, it's not a call out. It's like I want to hear what that sounds like.
Because I think Sam I Am had originally started on an MPC. I forgot which. I'm pretty sure he used like a 2000, and then he jumped to the 404, and from what I understand, he uses that thing front to back, and he's absolutely one of my favorite producers. No question. That dude is fucking amazing.
Sam Drumlow says, the DJ mode on the 404 MK2 is nuts. I've seen that mode where you push these two buttons, and that's really cool too.
Yeah, it's super dope. Anything that I've seen as far as the set goes with it, I was just curious because I know a couple of y'all.
You're right. Yeah, Raz G, he was.
Yeah, and that was my next one.
He's a god.
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about that. Yeah, I got to go.
Because that whole low end theory, that's kind of where that shit kind of came from. Like, almost everybody that was a part of low end theory was using 404s for it. So I know, like I said, Sam, I am, from what I understand, front to back, and then Raj G did the same shit all the way through. So
and he was using an older one, so it's
even like a little more limited and all that.
Oh yeah. Jay Linga, there he is.
I just knew he would kill the production and everything.
Dude.
Man, I told him that I apologize for telling him about pouring the Kool-Aid in his keyboard, and I got to do some other devious shit, like just pour flour on it or something like that. I'm that dude, man. It's fucking ridiculous. I really hate how his videos sync up with absolutely everything. It just pisses me off.
Dude, I hate that he has the patience to do that.
That's what I'm saying. And then they look good and they sound amazing. I'm so tired of him just as a whole.
Yeah. But my video submission for this week was the first time I actually okay, let me try to sync video up with what's going on here.
And you start getting good, and then I'm going to be tired of you too.
Yeah,
but it took me forever, so I'm never going to do it again.
It gets better over time. It gets better. It gets easier. This is Kinko. Dude, that kick. Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Video.
Cool video.
That is.
Damn, dude. Kinko, good shit, man. I used to say Cinco. It's Kinko. Cinko. Good stuff.
I think we established that last week, didn't we?
I have to remind myself because I'm,
No, we was worried about you with the locations the last time around. I ain't letting that shit go.
Yeah.
Did we ever get map image?
Oh, we didn't. Oh, shit. There's that and the mall walking. We got to get the mall.
Oh, yeah.
Still got to get those going. Disgraceland.
I'm so glad he's back this season.
I like that. It's kind of unpredictable too.
Hell yeah.
Nice. I love his stuff. Yeah, I'm glad he's
dope.
back.
Shout out to Disgraceland. He reminds me, too, because he's one of the cats that sent me a photo of his studio space. We're doing a really cool-ass project where, and now that we have, I think it's like 30-something people in here, send me a picture at alan@thebeatcast.com of your studio space, just as it is. Like, don't clean it up. Ellen messaged me about that. She's like, I love picturing all these guys cleaning up their studio space at the same time. Yeah. Throwing shit up. So just leave it as it is. Just take the highest resolution photo you can and send it in, because it's going to go into this really cool, well done hardcover coffee table book. So that's going to be kind of awesome. We're going to press those up, and that'll be available. And why not be included? Send the name that you go by and where you're from as well.
And it's going to be autographed by all of us, and a forward written by
Barack Obama.
Yeah. Carrie Lake.
Carrie Lake. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Arizona hip hop icon, Carrie Lake.
Yeah. We immediately get kicked off Twitch. They're all, nope, can't say Carrie Lake.
It is. I am the myth legend.
Talk too much. Dude, that's tight.
Like, you thought that was dope?
Jesus.
It's funny. Before he posted that, he posted like his sketch version of it on as a story, and it was had the full Jamiroquai vocal over the top without the cuts and everything in it, like he did there. And like, I'm a huge Jamiroquai fan, so I was like, I sent him with some constructive criticism. I was like, oh, you should do this with the vocal, do this, and like, I should, like, my dumb ass should have known. And he's like, oh, that's just a sketch, I just threw that out there. It's like, I already know. I was like, I should have fucking known. And then he does some shit like this. It's like,
yeah,
I need to keep my mouth shut with him. I can't tell him. I can't give him advice. He's on this level. I'm down here trying to.
You give him advice and find out your account has been docked and your credit score is dipped.
It's like his sound is like it's just become so refined and like so. He's just such a talented dude. Like,
did you guys get to listen to the whole thing that he did on organic beat sessions?
I caught a little bit of that with the live.
Was it the video? The video thing with the interview? Is that what it is?
Oh no. I think they did like an anniversary show, and it was like
everyone was doing their own little.
Yeah, and he did like I think he put the Beatcast submission there. I'm not really sure, but I think
that's right. He did. Yeah.
So it was like a nice transition from one beat to another. That was nice.
Yeah, that shit was dope. It reminded me of those fucking old Scion commercials, the one that like Dave Chappelle did the skit about. That's what that shit reminded me of. That's dope. That's super dope.
With the rave dancer.
Yeah. Really just like getting it in the car. Yeah,
it's supposed to be an Eclipse commercial, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Mitsubishi. I couldn't remember.
Man. Yeah, the lamp commercial. Yeah, I remember that.
Tigre says, hi, I'll get one Besame Mucho extra large with tatsumaki sauce, please. Exactly. Good stuff, man. Ants. No. Yeah, Antarctica.
PGA, jag är vild som IRA. Tar en steg varje dag som AA. Spela in detta på ditt CDK. Till galnaste spåret som PKK.
Damn. Dude, Ant's awesome, man. I love that guy. What was that? Because was that French?
Oh, let's ask Bree. He's the most traveled
one. With Elena here now, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. With questions like that.
Where was that coming in from? Nothing.
I don't know. I don't think it's.
I was just setting Bree up.
I was gonna ask him what tongue they were speaking right there.
What tongue was that? Nowhere.
Something figured out for it.
It sounded very Swedish. Yeah, we'll go with Swedish.
I can't wait for someone in the chat to correct you. I can't
where's
wait
that
for that to
exactly?
happen.
It's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
From
Germany.
It's right next to Greenland.
Sure.
In Europe, everything's right around.
I heard this one.
Prop.
That is dope.
Always so unpredictable. Every single time he drops, you never know where he's gonna go with it.
He's constantly elevating too. I can hear getting better and better and better. Like truly.
I also dig that it's almost like he's saying something with every video that he puts out. Like it's like very socially conscious.
Yeah, it's got some commentary in there for sure.
Yep.
What's up, John? John's in the chat. Also, Sam Drumlow, thank you for gifting another sub to Potato Moons. Could we get a caca for that one? Squee.
This is right next to that sample I shouldn't be playing, so I can't.
Oh, don't push that button.
I said that before. I was like, don't make that mistake.
Soft Cannibal.
Fingers
Show up to the bar. Buy another drink. Say hello to some friends. You know yo. Start the night with a nice piece of Branzino with the overflowing Copa di Vino. But fuck, when I get home I got a date with my slut. Inbound message from downtown. Leave that fat fuck in the drop down, cause Softy don't deal with greasy hip hop clowns. Unless you're actually funny. Cause good punchlines are a rare commodity. We'll take it to the bank and make us less suspended cheese. At least that's what I thought. Then pump my stomach medically. Speaking adamantly about Advil and making plans to climb the Catskills. Patty with the mad skills, I'm over budget. Hit it from the back gloveless. Well, listen to Loveless. What did I do last night? What the fuck was I talking about last night, though? For real. I was saying some crazy shit, man. I don't even fucking remember. Fucking remember, dude. Remember. Man, just remember. Okay. Just remember, dude. Man, just remember. Just remember, man.
Nice.
I want this album.
Messy's right. He goes fucking Tucson. Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey,
the
Tucson,
video like
yes.
this is why I don't go to Tucson.
I had a chat with Soft Cannibal as well, and he was saying really good things about Beatcast, just that it keeps help him keep track of his release and so as well.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like he
Oh, awesome.
kind of. And he also went to film school, which is like
Oh,
I really
makes
admire
sense, yeah.
people that actually make their own videos. I think that's really cool that he's giving it a shot. I think it's his second video that he did it like that, right?
Just
Yeah.
like that, yeah. I love that style. It's like those TV channels you shouldn't be getting.
UHF or some shit.
Yeah.
Real quick question: how many of us are from Tucson? I know it's Pablo. You said him. Obviously me. Who else?
Alcero,
Soft Cannibal.
Soft Cannibal. It's like two other guys.
Okay.
I can't think of right now.
One of the cats that's involved in this thing is like right down the street from me. I found out this whole process. I'm like, dude, you're my neighbor, I think.
Well, talking to Messy, like, you know, because I know from Messy from back in the
Yeah.
day, but like just talking to him recently, I didn't realize he lives right down the street from me too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
You're like, oh, we should hang out sometime. Yeah, Soft Cannibal. I can't wait for that album. And it is true. Like having a deadline, having a timeline, kind of keeps you structured in, so you can actually finish. Like just having some sort of accountability is one of the nice parts of this whole process. Like one of the sub benefits of it. This is Sticky Hands. Shit. Holy shit. Damn.
Good Lord.
I'd love to be able to make stuff like that, but I'd just be faking it, you know.
But see that might be just the 404 effects.
That's
like,
what.
You know, that's an example of it.
Oh, that stutter thing that he's doing.
Yeah, not just the stutter, but you still
just
have to that bass coming in.
Because the stutter thing you can do. It's built straight in a machine. You can do it off of like either any of the groups or the master
thing. You could There's like a button you can slide on there.
Yeah, I need to do that. I don't know.
508 Dose, thank you for the subsubscription. But yeah, that shit just landed heavy. That sticky hands shit. Yeah. Damn, son.
Yeah, that shit was nice.
Is this the same beat? No. Beatsmith, The Door.
I like when something starts behind the snare.
Hey, he says he's from Mason too.
Nice control.
It's dope. It's supposed to. I mean, it's always been an Arizona thing or whatever. Good to see new cats, you know, in town.
Definitely stay true to the sample. I love that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. It's not even just like using the sample, but like to be able to hear it so well. That's pretty cool. But to make it like so original as well.
Absolutely.
I love that.
One of the things. What was I going to say about that? Selected the winner. We're using a different bot in the background. So selected random winner. And the random winner of this week of the Beatcast, the Mixwell, the Mixwell care package is Sticky Hands. So shout out to Sticky Hands. Give him one of those. There we go. Does it do the thing where you can just hard cut it too? It's all. Love it. Let's try it. Like do the applause. Try to time it song. Oh yeah! Shout out to Sticky Hands. Good stuff, man. That beat was fucking phenomenal. I love that too as well. Beatsmith Medora. Infinity Face. Oh shit.
Nissan with 215s in it.
Oh shit, John! Thank you for the subscriptions.
Thank you, sir.
That shit was aggressive.
Oh damn it!
I didn't do it.
I forgot. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there.
We're new.
My favorite is figuring it out without any type of talking about it ahead of time. Like there's no sort of sync up. It's just two people having the same thought, but at two different times.
I looked over all late too, and I could see RTC like, "Come on, man!" That was phenomenal. And John, thank you for gifting the subs to Scolesi, Bistro del Borgo, Koala Beatcast. Hey, nice. Brought Beats, and he also gifted one to Raz Van. Thank you for doing that, man. You're a sweet man.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Make sure to check out John at Tape, which is, and I'm trying to remember what it is, the Atomic Peace Ensemble. Tape, T-A-P-E. Yep, got it. Nailed it.
I'm in the cut, looking for some puss to pick apart. Dirty like us riding in a whip that really isn't ours. Storming out the door, don't press record. I hate my fucking voice. Trying to kill that noise. Performing, fill that void slightly. I'm swimming in water that's been dicey since landing. And I'm owing these niggas nothing like all that I've been handed for free. Don't pay your cameras to me. Hold on, command me to speak. Got this little nigga swinging from the banister. On facts in his pajamas, walking slow because the camels keep his stamina weak. And you can catch him like some halibut after a bad accident, trying to get jaw jacked right with a cat to the piece. Out villain, Earl and Captain in command of your street now. Rapping good as motherfucking janitor's sweet now. Giving business handle, get the cannabis cheap. Now it's a bunch of nuggets on them like it's sand on a beach towel.
Black, storm with some microwave.
Man on the beach towel, that was a bar.
When I die, I bet you microwave. He blowing bubbles at the pearly gates. Took a selfie with the king, but only see my face.
My ends are the pieces in my thesis. I'm hiding in the park with all your nieces, trading head for Reese's pieces. Interjecting his verses with this book of witches curses. Cast a spell upon your bitches, but my thirst is for the purses. I'm spilling out my inner city's inwards, journey inward, quarter past the moment, quarter past opponents, and a fragment of a moment. Man, I killed that rap and owned it. Hope to overtake the planet with my banana in the hammock. Makes manic parents panic. I'm a mechanic with these patterns, propagandic with that shatter. Then I back the matter at it. Never mind the hammer, man is out the window. Punk crescendo plus the endo. I'm loop no just pretend though. Don't ask me where the pen go, cause the pencil got me paper. Paid and paid her, made the pain hurt with the mask of faded sweatshirt. Nothing less, I bet so never ever guess of what I left under the dress. I hid the message in the 808 to test to all the head shirts.
This is insanely good. Yeah. Damn.
Absolutely one of my favorites. That shit, first off, is a cheat code because Alpha 3, or that's not Alpha 3, that's Third Strike. Third Strike's super dope for the gameplay. The Earl vocal was super dope with the Captain Murphy shit. I fucking love Captain Murphy. That shit, the bass line, that shit is ridiculous. It's absolutely one of my favorite ones that I've ever heard on here, period. I love that shit.
That shit was dope, man. Really good. I was, and I'm not, I know who Earl Sweatshirt is, and I could catch that.
You hipped me to him.
Did I? It's been a long time.
I know the name.
He calls me, this is some funny, this is old man shit back then. Hey, check this out, man. Hey, have you heard these kids? They're the odd Wolf Gang or something, or some shit like that.
Wolf Wang something.
He's like, man, these kids they're really doing hip hop good. I was like, Alan,
doing hip hop good.
But yeah, that's how they're all together. So that's how I was introduced to him.
Yeah, I mean,
shit. The rugged man feel. I'd never listened to Earl Sweatshirt, so
that's the thing. See, I listened to the rest of the cats, but I hadn't heard Earl Sweatshirt so much. I mean, I'm sure I heard if I suggested him to you, but I forgot. But that delivery was fucking phenomenal. But I didn't recognize it right out the gate. I'm like, is that him rapping on this shit?
The second one is Captain Murphy, which is Flying Lotus rapping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Captain Murphy is like inspired by Tyler the Creator, so it's kind of like his take on it. It's very much like Quasimodo, but oh, fucking love that shit.
Fucking phenomenal, dude. The beat was the shit too, man.
Yeah, no, that shit across the board. That dude, he checked off all the goddamn boxes. That shit was
excellent
dope.
Submission. Good stuff. This is Kes Jago. Or Jago.
Riesengroß und Spray Picasso. Unser Louvre, kostenlos, ich such den Post mit Interego.
musician for this trap.
Yeah.
That was hard as fuck.
Top five.
Yeah.
It's absolutely one of my favorite ones. As soon as I heard it, I knew instantly.
And also, like, shout out. Yeah, that's one of the Austrian guys that, like, keep joining. That's so nice of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the cats that you brought in, right? That you suggested to join? Good suggestion, man. That guy's fucking phenomenal. And you say he's Austrian. Now, where is that?
I think it's around the corner. But
It's around the corner. It's just a mall walk down the street.
That's what we need, a mall walking across a map.
We need it. We need it. Good stuff. Vargas. Hell yeah.
Vargas with the classic systems there.
Man, look, if anyone's out there with an SP1200 for, like, I got a pancreas for sale. You can have it. I've always wanted one of those, and they're crazy expensive. Even the reissues are really expensive.
Who needs a pancreas? You know what I mean? Nobody needs a pancreas.
If you need another random ligament or limb, we could work something out. I don't know. I can help you, but
you got two elbows. Give one of them away.
And you got a kneecap with your name on it.
Right. Those are interchangeable. You can, if you know what I'm saying? Either way.
I get a robotic one eventually.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We all will. If we live long enough, I'm sure we will. Now, I want to give a quick award, if you will, to literally, this is a newcomer too, but I got to give you some shit. The absolute latest submission that we've ever had. And she's in the chat. And if we can get a round of applause for Double O Dancer. Almost. For the absolute latest. Where's there she is? Uh-oh. for the latest, yeah. But you know what they say, never better late than never.
Late than never, yeah.
Yeah, so
we
commend
you either way, even if you are late.
Yeah. Here we go.
Olivia's on this.
Oh, wow.
500. Is that her dancing too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of little things going on in that one. I like that one.
It was, man. A lot of ear candy.
Yeah, little things coming in and out.
Really digging it. I love the Tupac sample. That's perfect.
Yeah. And
also, dope dancing. I was wondering. Yeah. I was wondering if you're going to put some of your dancing in there, though. It's like really good stuff.
Serving people while we were hearing the beat.
Yeah, it's cool seeing that happen on Mill Avenue there, too. Bringing hip hop back to Mill Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing that.
Multi-talented. You guys got to check her out. Double O dancer.
Serving you, and I'm serving you to my own beat.
Yeah.
Good shit. And I believe she's homies with Jukebox, so Jukebox Dance Studio. So shout out to them and Ray from Avenue of the Arts. So shout out to all of them. Good stuff. Let's keep it running. This is Granny K music.
Rambo in the background.
Tatsumaki says, anyone named Granny is hard as fuck. Good stuff.
I really wanted to be like a 78-year-old woman just killing shit on Koala. That's what I really want.
I hope that's what's going on there.
That would be cool. That would be a great. That's a movie just waiting to happen.
Where her life alert keeps like tapping the screen by accident. Like that's what I'm waiting for.
And she lives in Tucson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's in Tucson.
It just rounds the story all the way up.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. Right.
This is all in the zone.
I love this zone.
Yeah, this is another one of my favorites right here.
This one just feels good. Yeah.
Damn.
Eat ice cream.
This kicks ass. This makes me want to do like arrogant rap over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spit. Go ahead. That's you. You gotta kill it right now.
Oh,
right
I never have it on the show, and I never will. Hell yeah.
Congratulations, sir. You almost got Al out of retirement. That was dope.
Yeah.
Almost.
Could you imagine if I insisted on rapping?
I wanted you to just like slap the desk and just start rapping.
Like, oh, here he goes
Fuck
again.
it, I'm doing it.
Just go off.
It just the chat goes to zero.
Because everybody leaves.
Yeah.
Mixwell stops sponsoring. The whole shit shuts down.
I'm like, what happened? I think it was
Fresh is like, I know this wasn't in our
we ain't fucking
but
with this. No, thank you.
We didn't agree with this.
We weren't cool with that.
Matter of fact, sir, you owe us for the sponsor now.
Yeah. I'm like, all right,
now you have to buy 50.
It's in the contract. The fine print is right here. No hot 16.
It's a barless sponsorship. So
There you go.
Oh well. Good stuff all in the zone. This is Ashram Beats. He's in the chat.
This one's super dope.
That kicked ass, dude.
I like that.
That shit's super dope.
And I like it when shit does that. When it shoots right through.
Yeah.
And it, hits its mark.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, Ashram, I think this is his first time participating. I could be wrong in the Beatcast. Am I right? I think so.
I don't think I've heard him before.
Yeah.
Let's give him a celebratory caca. Welcome. Thank you for doing that. And I believe he submitted his studio pick too to the book. So thank you for doing that as well. So that's fucking
It's
awesome.
gonna be an amazing book.
Yeah, should be fun. Sip a little bit of coffee.
What you guys don't know is that actually his workspace is a bathtub. And
He's got candles.
It's right there.
Just the machine, just on top of some suds, just ready.
Yeah.
That's what keeps
Do you have your feet? Do you have your feet in the bathtub right now?
I do. I wish I could make a splashing sound. Do you have a splashing sound?
Soaking in rose petals and everything.
Yeah, he's gonna have one of those shots where you just see the NPC and the candle and his feet sticking up.
Yeah, just some pads and some tootsies, just ready to go.
It's like custom made, like bubbles that they just sit on top of the bubbles.
Yeah.
How'd you get that to?
Oh, Beatsmith Medora says, "Wait, I missed the part about the studio picks. A book? Yes, those studio picks. If you're just seeing this now, send in your picture to Alan@thebeatcast.com. A picture of a high resolution photo of your studio space. Don't stage it. Don't clean it up. Just your studio space. No graphics, and it's going to be included in a cool ass book. Even more fun fact: I actually the reason why I'm in a tub is because I don't wear anything below.
Straight up Winnie the Pooh over here.
Yeah, I'm Donald Duck in it every single episode, so I got to keep it moist down there. Grossed out?
What's that? They're having a yeast infection, just ready to go. His pH balance is off.
It's a part of the subscription or the sponsorship.
That's why he needs medical help for the cream.
Patreon.
Oh well.
That's the bottomless part.
And on that note,
here's your boy. Yay.
dope.
Thank you.
Man, the goddamn
I like
drums.
the drum pattern.
Yeah, the drum pattern. I really like the drums. It's like grimy, but it's really clean sounding too. That shit is. As soon as I heard it, I replayed that shit like 3 times in a row.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was having fun with that bass line too. I was trying to bring out the bass in it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's funny. Who was it that said the dude? Oh, Beatsmith Medora says the dude with the long hair cracks me up every time because it cuts to these like awesome looking women to this just dude.
And then he's just like existing over there. Nah, the video had me laughing when I first saw it.
Good stuff. Fun times. Appreciate it. Mr. Watson.
shit that I was looking at. That's the shit that was in my head.
Oh yeah, Pete Rock vibes. Yeah.
You turn that guitar into something else.
That shit is hella dope. That's what I'm like. I don't think anybody's gonna touch the guitar.
Okay, I have to ask: is that a different guitar sample there, or was that guitar just you chopped it up differently? And
all right. I kind of. It's a combination of both.
Okay.
He didn't make the beat. He didn't.
No. It was AI. It was AI. I didn't do shit. So there's a guy that I met through Crisis Page, and his name is Big Al. Dude is dope as shit. He plays guitar. But there are parts that I used from the sample as well. So it's kind of a combination of the two.
But you got it to match really well.
I appreciate that. I tried. The funny part, I'm gonna admit some shit I probably shouldn't. I think that I had like a really weak submission, but the really odd part about that is a lot of people were responding to me off of it. I've never put anything out that I think is bad. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's as dope as everybody was messaging me about. Like everybody was messaging me.
That's
like,
how it
this
always
is amazing.
goes, man.
It was really
That's how
weird.
it goes, dude. People they always like what your taste is not like everyone else's taste and shit.
It's so weird because then there's
never gonna be. Yeah.
It's just odd. Like usually I'll put something out, right? And there'd be some shit that I put out and I'm like, yo, this shit is amazing. And I really don't get any kind of response off of it. And then I put something like this out where, like I said, I like it. I didn't think it was that like mind blowing or anything. And I got a ton of messages. It might be one of like my most, I want to call it visited. That sounds very arrogant, but like I got a lot of response off of it. And
that's why
I wasn't
only
expecting
put out whack shit. I just put out whack shit. That's why. It's dope. I get it.
Fucking hate this shit that I put out.
Absolutely.
So where'd you get the bass from? That's what are you using for the bass? Sorry, I'm like
trying to remember. I think the Sample Universe had put something a pack that I got, and I started doing different shit with bass lines recently, like where I would take like an actual bass note and then I will manipulate it with something else and then I'll not replay it, but like I'll play it out myself. So I believe that's what I did with that one.
Okay.
Or I'll loop point a note and then this is some cheat code shit. The ADSR option, instead of like one shot or something like that, you turn the attack up to probably like 34 milliseconds or something like that, and then you turn the release down to like 170 and you could just replay whatever you want and it's natural.
Gotcha.
I got some cheat code shit that I do, but
very cool. Oh yeah, good shit. Rick Shotgun.
Ready for war, Joe? How you wanna blow they spot? I know these dirty cops that'll get us in if we murder some wop. Hop in your Hummer, the punish is ready. Meet me and Vito's with noodles, we do this do while he's slurping spaghetti. Everybody kiss the fucking floor, Joe, we crack. Fuck them all if they move, noodles shoot that fucking whore. Dead in the middle of little, did we know that we riddle to middle, didn't do diddly. It'll be a cold day and how the day I take it now. Make no mistake, for real, I wouldn't hesitate to kill. I'm still a fat one that you love to hate. Catch you at your mother's waist, smack you then I whack you with my stuff trie. I rub your face off the earth and curse your family's children like Amityville and chill the nerves in your cavity filling. Insanity's building a pavilion in my civilian. It canopy, the anarchy that humanity's feeling. I'm feeling without remorse, is willing to out your balls forever and take all the cheddar like child support. I support Pun in anything he does, anything he loves. A brother from another mother sent for the above. A thug nigga just like me, one of the best might be. Even better, leaving niggas kneeling on their right knee. Spike Lee couldn't paint a better picture. You small change, I'm blowing out your brains, getting richer. Hit you with the Mac. Smack a bitch, nigga, what? You getting stuck. My trigger fingers itchy as a fuck. Truck Jules, cruising in the land, pumping cash rules. Last crew to one and caught 100 trying to pass through. That's true. So who the next to get it? TS the best that did it. Get it off your chest, get admitted, and it's real. And you don't stop. 20 shot Glock with the cop killers filling to the top. Yeah, and you don't stop. So he cracks the rock and Big Punk if the guns cock.
Fucking awesome, dude.
That shit is so dope.
It's cool.
Yeah, I had to go the old school boom bap with that sample. But I hated it until I was like, I had to have to put some more acapella on it. Like I hated that.
This man legitimately said I was terrible. You said I make whack shit. I've never heard anything like bad from you, but
no, I didn't like it didn't make sense to me until I put the acapella over.
That's fair. I heard Black Milk talk about that before, where he was talking about like if something kind of doesn't sound good, put vocals over it, or you know, like vocal samples or whatever, and usually it'll enhance it. So
breaks it out. Yeah. I didn't know that you did work with our Army of the Pharaohs.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
We did a lot of because you know Diggs was managing us, and you know me and him had the label and everything. We're running the label, but he had the good he was just a good manager, and he had all these connects and everything. So like the Philharmonic album we did that never came out is filled with Army of the Pharaohs cats.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. So like we got a chance to work with them. We were doing a lot of trades. I was giving them beats and stuff for verses and stuff like that.
Love it. Good stuff. Mind of Mudium. It's weird to put all of our beats like stacked this time. It's random too.
I put episode 2, not 3.
Forgiven. This is episode 2.
This is episode 2.
Yeah, you did the right thing.
No, I said season 3 though.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's season 2 of the Beatcast.
Oh, that's tight.
I love those moving hats and the snares.
You should have put like 2 tigers or lions on the sides. Like Photoshop that shit in, you know, just 2.
Absolutely.
Do that Spice Adams shit where you take like a stuffed panther and make it look like the LL Cool J album cover.
That would send it right over the top. Very good stuff. Phil Spector.
This ain't a wave or a phase, cause all that shit fades. This lifestyle forever when you made. They tweet about the length I made them wait. What the fuck you expect when a nigga got a cake and he's great? Ovens full of cakes that he bakes. Still spreading paste. Love just accentuates the hate. This is for my bodybuilding clients moving weight. Just add water, stir it like a shake. Play amongst the stars like the roof in the race. Get the table next to mine, make our bottle servers race. These are the games we play. We are the names they say. This is the drug money your ex nigga claim he makes to all of my young niggas. I am your ghost in your raid. This is my purple tape. Save it for rainy days and baby mama wishes. Along with the side bitches, they try to coexist. End up wishing you die, bitches. Stood on every couch in the A at the black party. No jury on, but you richer than everybody. You laugh a little louder. The DJ say your name a little prouder. And we don't need a globe to show you the world is ours.
Damn,
that was dope.
That was real dope.
Another cheat code. This man used the vocals
the Pusha T.
Yeah, man. And it's a dope ass song from a dope ass album. That shit is so dope.
Fucking phenomenal, man. Phil Spector's the shit.
Yeah, that dude is nice.
Here comes
Philly's finest.
Philly's finest. Here comes one of the Beatcast OGs right here. Optimus Prime.
This guy.
It's killing it. I love how a lot more people were reaching towards vocal pieces to put over it. This time around.
I'm so tired of him. That shit is ridiculous.
He was saying too in the chat that he uses just the keyboard for everything.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
See, that's another. We need that meme of somebody dumping Kool-Aid into a keyboard. We need that.
Don't actually do it. That'll hurt my heart to see. But yeah,
just get a shitty keyboard.
Yeah. I got an old one back there somewhere.
There you go.
Just grab the Casio.
Send it to me. I'll turn it into a.
Of course, the fucking black dude's got something to say about that. I bet you got the Kool-Aid ready too, huh?
He doesn't know.
The red kind. Red, no flavor, just red.
Just red. Heroezilla.
Heroezilla.
That dude is nice as hell. I love the spacing on like where the samples hit versus where the drums are at. That dude is nice as hell.
Yeah, that drum pattern I was digging a lot. That shit's fucking phenomenal. Really digging that. And I think that might be, is that Heroezilla's first submission to the Beatcast?
I think so. Doesn't sound familiar.
I feel like he did one last week.
Yeah, I've seen him post.
I was on the wrong page.
But yeah, he's I definitely suggest go follow that guy.
Man, we are dorks. More bread, less art. Love this guy.
Always come up with some wicked shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. You know what that shit remind me of?
What's that?
You remember that first person video? I want to say it's out of Russia. It's an actor and he's fighting. It's like his point of view and he's fighting his way around and running around and doing all types of shit, jumping over buildings and stuff and just fighting people, shooting. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's a first person view and it's this guy, he's running around and it's like it's somewhere.
Do you have cricket noises on that?
Yeah.
I thought like I was just hearing.
Did you see Russia?
Yes,
Did you see Russia?
yes. I think it's like.
I think that's where we lost you. Like the moment you said you say a country,
I saw she started to smirk and immediately I was trying my hardest not to do it. I was trying.
I know. As soon as I said Russia, that shit was gonna be the response.
It's something Frank, right? Is it Frank? Something Frank?
Yes.
I got you. See? I got you, but I don't know what that is. I didn't watch it because I didn't want to get motion sickness.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He like does his whole thing. He's fighting and like taking guns from people.
That guy was in District 9. I think it's the same guy, right? The same actor or something like
so.
that.
Like the main character from District 9?
I think so.
Okay.
I could be lying to you though. I love a good lie, so I'm not sure.
Let me respond to Messi really fast. Yeah. I think was that same drum break off of the first Prodigy album. I think.
Oh, was it?
I feel like you would know.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat.
The Firestarter?
No. One of their earlier ones. There it is.
The Atomic Peace Ensemble. John Sandoval.
That was too short. I wanted more of that.
That shit is dope. Yeah, he said that he didn't quantize it at all. So,
those drums were perfect, man.
Yeah,
I
super
love
dope.
that. Just nasty fucking fucking
He's
nasty.
Team No Quantize over there. The is it Sade or what do you guys say? I say Sade. Do you? Or you say
Sade.
Sade?
Yes, it's
with a sound, right?
Follow Sade. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice little vocal accompaniment there. Very cool. Fucking John's awesome.
Tear the roof off. What the fuck you thought?
This shit.
Now.
Rolly one.
We on some fly shit. Tear the roof off. What the fuck you thought?
Yeah, man, I tell you my son.
That is fucking dope. That reminds me of Black Milk. Like that's some Detroit sound shit right there.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Another one of my favorites right there.
Really good. Hell yeah.
Chop the tape deck.
Sam Drumlow.
Another one of man. I love this shit.
It was absolutely fucking insane, dude.
Love that shit.
Damn. The way you crushed the bass into the drums, too, just had it all.
Yeah.
Nice little sandwich.
That shit's ridiculous.
Fucking really good, man. Shout out to Drumlow. Here goes 2-3 Leo.
Piedi.
Che sboro.
Yeah, boy.
I fucking love that guy, dude. I always look forward to what he's gonna do because he does the weirdest shit, but it's so cool. It's just like, you know, he was going through that. He has like the Aphex Twin vibe to it, you know, that he was doing for such a long time, but now he's kind of coming out of that.
Yeah, kind of. He's got his own little style going on now.
Yeah,
I like it. It's dope.
He is probably, I don't know what time it is in Italy right now.
Well, Bree would know.
That's what I was like. Setting it up. Nothing. He's done with
It's
it.
5 a.m.
It's like 4 or 5 p.m. a.m. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 5 a.m.
And where is that look? No, I'm just kidding.
It's right around the corner from Latvia.
Another one I really like.
Studio Cannon. That's funky right there. Hell yeah.
That was dope.
You know, the flute is an interesting instrument.
The flute?
Yeah. Because it's some shit you don't like just pull out, you know? But then when you do, it's like a kind of awkward of like, is this going to get weird type vibe? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because, I mean, what does a dude do with it, or a person in general do with a flute? You know what I mean? Like, just like, I'm finna get raw, you know, and like flute it up.
Well, there's a lot of different things, because if you think about, like, that's like more of the smooth sounding flute, but then you can get into the Jethro Tull style flute. You know,
immediately thinking
that's why it can get weird no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Ron Burgundy, Anchorman, just like playing under the stall and all that. Yeah,
yeah, flute.
But yeah.
They're saying in the chat too, Rod Burgundy.
Yeah.
Just lights on fire.
Under the bathroom stall, just playing at people.
Aggressive flute. An aggressive flautist. That's always what you want.
I just hilarious. Bree said a man playing a flute is to start this sentence.
Yeah. Of course. Press rewind.
Another super cool one.
I want to say machine now, I think. 007 movie soundtrack. Yeah, you're right.
Was
so dope.
Very, very good composition.
That shit is super dope.
Like that a lot.
Very.
I love the way the bass went in with the drums, like the bass line and how it mixed with the sample. That shit is lovely.
Very buttery. Very good. Oop! I hit a wrong button. Here we go. This is New Rudist. Nice.
That shit is so dope. Shout out to that guy. I know I said it before. I'm saying it again. I talk to that dude every single day. Every day I talk to him. We be having some deep ass conversations, or we just have conversations about just skateboard fail videos. Like it's not really an in between.
It's either productive or debauchery.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Valentino, I think his name is Valentino, submitted. This happened last time too. The file format, if you see this, Valentino DeMarco, second time. It doesn't. It says it's an MP4, but it doesn't work. So I got to work with you and figure that out. But I'm going to try to pull it up and play it from your Instagram in a minute. But until then. Rhyming on the beat.
You need to Photoshop it. Just combine those two images.
Should have collabed. Got him in there, dude. That would have been tight.
On the leash.
Now, let's see if we can play this. See if it works. Go for it. This is Valentino DeMarco.
I propose his arms and his legs. Pop, pop, pop in his family.
That's like how every single West Side Gun song started.
Kill his whole family. We struck. You ain't seeing us. Cocaine everywhere. Hey, yo.
I like that part of the pool. That shit is dope.
Very dope. Now, I think that might have just been coming through your speakers back into the microphone, but by the time we get to the next session, I'll work with you, Valentino, to get the file format to where it'll play. But good stuff, man. That was dope. It did sound like one of those Griselda tracks, didn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Very much.
Very Griselda vibes. Good shit. EXG.
Keep the whole family. Eat his kids like food.
I heard this. That's my man.
Aces.
Hey, Eric is a pop. Listen. This beat be so fucking cool. I imagine he got on shade. He's making them and shit. And it's very scenic environment.
Fucking Eric, good soldier, man. He's amazing.
That shit is dope.
That shit is just.
He starts off the sample radio thing, or the Beatcast radio thing too, as well.
Yeah,
with his intro track. Fucking good. Well, we are down to our final track of the evening. Did I miss anyone that you guys can think of? Did you get them? I got Prop this time. Who is it?
What do you have as last?
Last track is Pablo Station.
Oh, Tigri was not there, was it?
Was he?
Did he do it?
Remember you used to do the pokey sticks? Pablo.
Yeah, this shit. I heard him. Yeah, that's
Damn.
This shit was, man, that shit was good.
Insanity.
Another top post. That shit is ridiculous.
Dude, and he's such like a chill dude, but he's just like low-key amazing at making beats. You gotta love it. Let's keep going. DJ Bad DJ. This one is insane.
Isn't always as it seems. Don't let that social media get you down, young blood. You're doing what? Oh, really? With who? This is great. Okay, let's go. They talking big checks, big debt to big hustle, getting big deals, big issues and big trouble, eating big meals, big wheels, big city bustle, making big hits, big gifts and big struggle. They hit big time, big words, big signs, big birds, big shirt, big money line. I'm talking big dreams, big steps, big climb, pushing big weight, big mistake, big decline. You're doing what? Really? With who? Wow. Okay, let's go. What you see isn't always what it seems. What you see isn't always what it seems. It's all a dream. Don't believe the lies. Use more than just your eyes. Stay hungry, young blood.
How do you make something like that?
Yeah, no, that was super creative right there. That shit was,
That was
dope.
really creative.
That
Like,
shit
what
was
are you
dope.
doing to stay that creative? Like,
what are you eating?
Running a restaurant, DJing. Like, you're very in tune. I like that shit, man.
Hey, he's in the
Trust.
chat. Like, what did you post all those, or
Nah,
did you go?
You saw the names were from different people. That was the first
Those
thing
were
that I
different
looked
people?
at too. Nah, he posted a couple, but like a lot of that shit was from other people.
Damn.
So I
That's
think
smart.
he literally went through and was just like doing the freestyle shit off of that. He must be doing that fucking heroin that they got in Belly, where like you just touch it and it gets you high. Like it's like you don't actually like shoot it or do it.
Oh, so he kind of recorded his screen while he was just scrolling, and then he did the rap.
and then like rap to it. That's what I'm assuming, but that's what it looked
Yeah.
like. That
He
shit
said-
was
That's
dope.
the only explanation.
Well, no, because he was embedded in a lot of those pictures, though.
He said, "I made a fake.
Oh,
I made
yeah?
fake posts and then made a single Photoshop file."
Okay.
Sneaky.
Okay.
That's still creative. I don't care. That
So-
that shit
Yeah.
is dope. Well, you still doing that belly heroin, but that's dope. That's pretty fucking amazing.
Some of that limitless stuff. All right, Tigri, no worries. We got it.
office.
Is Mercury in retrograde? Is that what's going on? I don't follow that stuff.
Probably.
My like shit is like electricity is not here.
We made it all the way to the end though, and then we almost landed the plane, but we crashed and died at the very end. But that's okay.
But if you want, like, that's like a perfect example. Tigre's submission is a perfect example of how wide and varied our submissions are and the talent of everyone. So make sure to go check out his Instagram to check it directly if you haven't already. So
yeah,
it's a shame that we aren't able to play that one. It's, you know, with its full sound and everything.
So a couple of things. Make sure to check out the Beatcast playlist on Spotify, and you can find it, I think, directly from. You can probably just search it, and you'll find it if you just look up the Beatcast on Spotify. And make sure you follow it. Hit the little heart button if you can. Join our Patreon if you'd like. We have a sample pack available right now, 180 sounds. The Volume 1 a.m. is out currently on there for, I think, the second tier that we have there. Thank you to everybody who sponsored us thus far, who did that. Check out HelloFresh if you like. You don't have to. HelloFresh is cool. HelloFresh is cool.
Eat fresh. Get healthy. It is the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys want me to pick the sample then?
Oh, yeah. It's time for the sample.
All right. So I know that the ones I just bought are right down here. So
he's pulling out his arse.
Oh, shit. It's classic.
Oh. This should get interesting.
I put it in front.
Stevie Wonder.
So everyone knows this album.
Yeah.
Classic.
Very much.
Obviously, if you don't know Stevie Wonder, get the hell out of here. Sorry. Stevie Wonder, classic. So we'll pick one off of that. That'll be available. This one's going to be a killer one. I'm happy with my pick.
Even though the last couple submissions got weird trying to play them and stuff, this was a kick-ass episode. The submissions this week were fucking insanely good. Like, everybody's just like leveling up, and like it's an honor to be a part of this thing with you guys. I appreciate everybody who popped into the chat. It's been an episode to remember, one for the books. I had a good time tonight.
Yeah.
How'd you guys? You guys enjoy it?
Yeah, this is a great episode. Yeah, I love this season. This is awesome.
Very much a dope episode, dope conversation, dope topics that we hit off. You know, nice flow.
Love having you guys here. You guys are freaking awesome. Delvon, Elena, you guys are freaking awesome. Appreciate everything you bring to it. But yeah, with that, that's another one of the books. I guess we will see you guys. That's going to be the sample. It'll be live on the website after the show, sometime before midnight. You'll be able to get it. And then we will post our beats on the following Sunday. I see some people posting their beats. You brought up a great point, Ellen, to me about time zones too. So,
yeah, that plays a big part in I noticed that.
Right. Yeah. So it's not just before or at midnight or anything in that 24-hour period. It's just your time zone. So it'll be midnight wherever you're at. A lot of us post MST. We try to do everything off MST, but it could be whatever your time zone you're in. Just go ahead and start posting, and you'll see them go up and repost. But make sure you put them in the website first, and then go put them on your Instagram so we can all check out your stuff.
Check out the Patreon stuff we should put up that remind me of is our conversations, like what time zone. Our conversation.
That conversation, yeah, that was a debacle.
That would be some funny behind the scenes stuff to put in the Patreon.
Hell yeah.
You watch that mouth of yours there, Shogun.
I still don't fully understand that whole conversation that we had about time.
I don't remember. We were high on life.
Time doesn't exist. Yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you for all the subs. That was phenomenal. You could use your discount code at Grand Avenue Records if you're ever in Arizona. Just say "Kaka" at checkout. Go "Kaka," and he'll give you 10% off whatever you're going to purchase. Yeah, do that. And go to Mixwell, and you can use, I believe it is Beatcast 25. I want to say it is at checkout. We have one of those in here, don't we? Yes, it's right here. Use code Beatcast25 at checkout storewide at mixwell.com to get 25% off your order. Sticky Hands, you won. So if you're in here, if not, I'll reach out to you to give me your shirt size and your address, and they'll send you out a care package. Thank you to Mixwell for doing that. Love those guys. Those guys are legends, dude. Mm-hmm. In the game. That goes way back. And
way back.
Join us on our Discord. Side note, if you're subscribed on here, I believe those things now transfer over to Discord, and you have unique things that happen on there. So check that part out and see if it's, there's a crossover in that. Same thing with the Patreon. If you sign up with our Patreon, you get like unique stuff on our Discord as well, and cool shit like that. That's all I can think of. Do you guys have anything else?
Love and light to everybody that's staying involved. We appreciate you, and if you have any ideas that you'd like to see us hit on, or anything to make this community a little bit stronger, keep in mind that we want to make it that it's not just about the music, it's about you. We're a bedroom community, so that means we're a small community. We're all together, so we want to keep everybody involved in their creative journey. So whatever we can do to contribute to it, let us know. And with that, we out.
See you guys on the next one. Appreciate you. Nice.